a speech and language therapist by profession. I graduated from City University London a very long time ago, in 1987, and I went from there to work in a acute hospital with people who'd had various neurological difficulties. I then returned to City to do my PhD, and I've been here ever since doing a range of research almost entirely on aphasia. So we've studied lots of different forms of intervention in aphasia, so that would include therapy for people with sentence processing difficulties, word-finding therapies, therapies for people who jargon. We've studied interventions with people who are bilingual, and most recently we've been studying therapies that involve varying forms of technology. The title of my talk is Technological Applications in Speech and Language Therapy, and it will cover a range of approaches. I want to talk about approaches that have been developed specifically for people with communication problems, so those you might call bespoke technologies, and the ways in which those have been used and the evidence that they work. I also want to talk about technologies as mainstream, but which can be used very productively now in therapies. For example, I'm thinking of things like text-to-speech software. A big part of the talk will be about recent and current projects at City University London. We've got a number of projects going on in collaboration between Language and Communication Science and the Centre for Human-Computer Interaction at City. And these projects have been using technology in varying ways with people who have aphasia. So to give a few examples, one project developed a new therapy tool for people with aphasia, which enables them to work on gesture. And so I'll describe the tool, which I think is different from other therapy tools, and present some evidence about whether or not it's effective in working with people who have severe aphasia. Another project we've been running has been looking at the remote delivery of therapy. So that's using technologies such as FaceTime and Skype in order to reach people who don't actually come into clinics or into hospitals. We explored whether you can deliver naming therapy using this technology, and we looked at whether or not we get positive results from that, but also people's views about it and their response to it, and our findings were very positive. And then one of the last studies that I'll be talking about is currently ongoing, and this is called the EVA Park project. Now, EVA has developed a virtual communication environment for people with aphasia. So this is a computer-based world where people can go in, they're represented by avatars, and they can meet other people with aphasia, they can also meet their own support workers, and they can practice their communication in this virtual world. It's playful, it's fun, it's an opportunity to embed language practice into a simulated, but a simulated real-life environment. There are also some quite unexpected features of EVA which do go beyond the real world. So I'll talk a bit about EVA, how we've been using it with people who have aphasia, and the very positive findings that we have so far. I always look forward to talking about the work we do with colleagues in speech and language therapy. It's obviously very important that we inform the profession about the research that we're doing, and all the research we do tries to be very applied. We're trying to do research that makes a difference to people's lives and which has some opportunities for take-up by our professional colleagues. So meeting a large group of practitioners is a great opportunity to disseminate what we're up to at City. I'm sure I will also learn on the day. I will learn from the other talks, and I'll learn from meeting my colleagues in practice.